Hi guys, I've been cleaning up the garage here and I've decided to tackle this stack of microwaves. The ones on the top are all inverter units which are actually worth trying to fix, so let's have a go. Got one of them over here open already, and this one just does absolutely nothing when you plug it in. Let's start with the simplest place first, the fuse. And it is indeed blown. Let's have a look around and see if there's anything wrong. Nothing is blown up on the inverter. This one has a, I guess it's a third generation, the latest, smallest inverter. The other previous one was a bit bigger than this. Control board all looks okay, but there is a burnt up connection. And this is on the micro switches. Doesn't seem to be operating fully. Let's pull that out and see if that's causing anything. It's stuck closed, shorted out, and what they've basically got in this for a safety system is a this switch, which is in series with the power to turn off power when you open the door, and they have another crowbar switch that is actually in parallel. They've cleverly wired it so it's hard to see, but it's in parallel with the inverter input. And normally when you press the button to open the door, this switch is opened, and just a fraction of a second later, as the door mechanism moves farther, the crowbar switch, which is in here, shorts the inverter. And that way, oh hello kitty. Yeah, if you attempt to bypass the interlock and push just the top one, that would connect power up to the shorted inverter input and it would blow the input fuse. And because the switch is shorted all the time, whenever you open the door it blows the fuse. So it should be just a case of replacing this switch. And I think under G there's another one. Yes, right here. So let's put that in and see if it fixes it. It seems the root cause of this failure is this melted connection here. It probably damaged the inside of the switch, causing it to get stuck closed. That seems to be the most common problem I find in these microwaves, because they have 17 amps current running through this little wire. I wonder what gauge it is. Come on, somewhere it's got to be here. 18 gauge to handle 17 amps. And yes, that is 17 amps at 120 volts on a 15 amp circuit. Somehow they're able to get away with this. New fast on and new switch, of course. Let's give this a try now. New fuse in there. Oh, gotta get the cat out of here, don't want her to get hurt. No bang. Well, there's some buzzing sound. Definitely coming from around this choke. Let's give it a try anyway. Got a cup of water in there. Let's just go. How do we start? Seems to run. We're going to add a bit more time and we'll see if we can get that water hot. Yep, that is... oh, that's quite hot already. Yep, this is definitely working. Let's go for the next one now. Well, let's just see if we can figure out what this noise is. Start poking around here. Something just does not seem right with it making that noise. I've removed the choke and bypassed it, and it's still making the noise, so something's up with these capacitors, I think. I'm going to see if I can find another filter board or some new capacitors, because something is not right. I've never heard a filter make noises like this before. I'll put this on the shelf and we'll start on the next oven. This oven is the same model as the last one. The cord's been cut on this one, so I haven't plugged it in yet. But it looks like someone has burnt something, some food near it. It's even worse on the inside. Everything is covered in this grease. Looks like it's condensed on the fan and been flung off everywhere. The inverter is absolutely covered. Everything is covered in it. I'll have to plug this in and give it a quick try and see if it works. But the fuse is good on this one. And let's see what this does. No bang. Filter's buzzing on this one too, so maybe I'm thinking that's normal. Let's go find a load for this. Fan spun when I opened the door there. And I don't like these dials, they're way too sensitive. Seems to work. Well, it smells horrible from that grease. Well, that's probably why they threw it out. I'll have to find some degreaser that's safe for electronics and spray the whole thing down. Yes, that works just fine. It's steaming already. Oven 3 powers up when I connect it to power. Let's see if it actually does anything. Seems to be doing something, but I'm not hearing the sound of the magnetron coming on, so something appears to be wrong. Let's see. No, it's not heating at all. This is an older oven with a first generation inverter. Since the magnetron's giving no output, but it sounds like the converter's doing something, let's start by measuring the magnetron, see if the filament's dead. These don't have any significant capacitance to worry about, unlike the newer ovens. The filament is okay. Let's pull it off, just make sure in case the inverter was shorting it out. Yep, the filament's fine. So we'll have to go into some more in-depth troubleshooting on this one. I've got a spare inverter sitting around, so let's give that a try. We'll quickly isolate whether or not the problem is actually the inverter. When substituting one like this, make sure not to forget to connect up ground. Otherwise this tab will be sitting at 4,000 volts. Let's give this a try. Nope, doesn't sound like it's doing anything. So the magnetron may be dead in this one. Yeah, you can hear it clicks. Clearly it doesn't seem to be the inverter that's the problem. Or this one happens to have the same problem. Let's try swapping out the magnetron. If I have, not sure if I have a spare though. I might put this one aside and try the other oven. Fourth oven now. This one's been hit by Mr. Copper Cutter again. I've had to rob the cord off of that oven. Put it on this one. Let's see what this does now. No bang. And the display is up. So it does something. Sounds a bit off, but it's running. I've had this before and it doesn't seem to cause any problems. Maybe there's a bad connection arcing somewhere, or the magnetron may be going bad. But see, it is definitely working. Though it's not as, water isn't as hot as the previous ones I did. To check the current draw. Nope, that's not running at full power. This should be drawing about 17 amps when it's operating normally. So something is not working right with the inverter or the magnetron. I'll swap out to the other inverter and see if it's any better. That's getting up there better. Since both of these inverters seem to be acting up, I'm going to take this one out of this oven. Because this one's quite oven's quite greasy. That one's pretty clean. So I'll just take this inverter and put it in there, and hopefully that'll get this oven working properly. And that will probably be relegated to a parts unit. Looks like it's not as hard as I thought to swap the whole plastic tray. Just take a screw out there, the whole thing pulls back, then you have to pull the wiring harness out of the holders, and the whole thing will come out. And this should just go in pretty easily. Get those snaps on the bottom lined up. There we go. Snap on the top and push in. And there we go. Just get the wires back through. That wire has to go through these two holes. Come on. And now we just put the screws back in, and don't forget the ground screw there. Although it looks like it's easier not to take that one out, just leave those in and change the whole plastic assembly. All back in now, let's give this thing a run. About the same as the other inverter. I've noticed that all of these filter boards make a slight buzzing noise. If anyone knows what that is, please let me know, because I've never seen capacitors that actually make noise. Well, ceramics can theoretically do it, but I haven't seen film caps do it. So that was pretty good. 3 out of the 4 ovens seemed to work. So I've fixed a few of these in the past, and overall the most common failure is definitely the burnt up fast-ons, the spade connectors. And then after that it would probably be failed magnetrons, because they seem to be stressed quite a bit, and then other things like failed fuses, because they run pretty close to their rating, and then of course problems with the inverter. The inverters either stop working entirely or start making noise, operating at lower power like some of those other ones did. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video on these Panasonic inverter microwaves. Thanks for watching.